What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Lockdown 23 and 1. That's right. No coffee today. Let's just say I drank a little too much last night, my friends. I had a good time. That's right. Old McGregor lost it. I'm not going to sit here and talk about it, but he lost it, man. I told you on the live stream, I said, man, Khabib has that eye of the tiger now. Don't you sleep on him. You know what I mean? But anyways, today we're going to be talking about the top 10 things that I have learned from watching the show Cops. And a lot of people say, man, I hate watching Cops. Well, guess what? You can really learn quite a bit from watching the show. Even though it's not cool to see criminals getting locked up if you are a criminal, you know what I mean? But criminals can actually learn a lot from watching this show. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. I wrote it down, a few things. I never write down things. I never do, unless I'm doing like top 10 or top 20, top 5. I don't want to forget about the idea, so I'll write it down. But anything else, I usually just drink my coffee in the morning and run with it. Whatever I think is a good topic to talk about. And also, before I get into that, someone sent me something in the mail, man. So I'm going to open this at the end and see what it is. It looks like some kind of poster or something. Hopefully it ain't nothing crazy. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're going to check that out at the end of the video. All right, so first, this is pertaining to domestic calls. Yes, domestic calls. What I've learned from domestic calls is that typically someone goes to jail, and the one that goes to jail is the one that doesn't have any marks on them, but the other person has marks. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter if it's just a red scratch. If the girl or guy says that you put your hands on them and you just got a scratch, okay? You're going. The other person's going to jail simply because one person has a scratch. And I made a video on this because back in the day, I'm talking about, like nine years ago, me and my old lady, man, we used to fight like cats and dogs. And neighbors used to call the cops on the regular. And in Virginia, 90% of the time, it doesn't matter who called or what, someone is going to jail in domestic calls, okay, for real. And one time the cops got called, and I didn't want to go to jail. I'm on probation. I said, man, forget this. I am not going to jail. And I didn't put my hands on her or anything, but most of the time I got locked up just because it was a domestic call. And then I would have to sit in jail for 3 months, no bond, because I'm on probation going through the court procedures for the judge to say no process and let me go. You know what I mean? Just because it was a bogus freaking phone call. But one time, maybe someone can leave the link in the comments section because, of course, I do not remember what video it was, but I told a story about how a domestic call happened with me and my wife. And the first thing I did, okay, because I know that they're gonna check for damage on one of the people's faces or something, you know what I mean? So before the cops got there, I punched myself in the face as hard as I could, man. I swelled up the whole side of my face. I don't have no nails, but I scratched myself as hard as I could from my neck down to my chest. And I ripped my tank top. I had a wife beater like tank top thing. It was like a jersey, actually. I ripped it. So when the cops showed up, because I didn't call the cops, but when the cops showed up, man, I was like, I don't want her to go to jail, man. I'm not trying to press charges, man. I just want to get out of here. I just want to get my stuff and go, man. Eyes swollen up. And they ate it all up, man. They were like, did she do this to you, sir? I said, no, man, no. But, when you say no, she can't really technically get arrested. But at the same time, the cops are like, yes, she did. You know what I mean? Yes, she did. But he's saying no, So I got out of that. No one went to jail. They were there, let me pack up my stuff, and I left, man, peacefully. But if I didn't do that, I probably would have went to jail that night. For real. In all actuality. In the state of Virginia, whenever a domestic call is made, maybe they changed it, but someone's going to jail. So yeah, number 1 on the list is damage control. Cops roll up and you got black eye and scratch marks. Trust me, you're in a way better position than if you didn't. Now, another thing that I've learned from watching Cops, and this isn't just from watching Cops, I've also learned it just by going through, similar situations with people that were selling drugs or whatever. But I remember one time, my homeboy, he didn't sell drugs, okay? He didn't sell drugs at all, but he had a couple bags bagged up separately. He had like a half-ounce of weed, and it was separated into 3 bags. I can't remember why, but he wasn't selling no bud or nothing. But he got hit with a possession with the intent to distribute just because the drugs were separated into multiple bags. Look, man, if you're gonna ride around with a half ounce of bud and you're not selling no weed, do not have that crack multi-bag, because you are gonna get hemmed with possession with intent, my friend. And if you get hit with that charge, you are not in a good position, my friends, because they don't play with that possession with intent for real. And believe it or not, having a PWI, man, you lose a lot of privileges in life. For real, there's a lot of things that you can't do, you know, just like a violent offender. I mean, you, of course you can't own a gun or anything like that, but I'm talking about like, there's other things like you can't have an EBT card, I think, and some crazy things. Crazy things about something about living too close to school ground. If you have a PWI, I can't remember. But there are some certain rights that you lose when you have a PWI, and that's something you just don't want to have. Now, number 3 on the list is a high-speed car chase. Okay, let's say your homeboy is riding around, driving, and you're in the passenger seat, and he gets pulled and he decides to run. You know what I mean? Drive off, ditch a car, jump out the car, and run. Okay, what are you gonna do? As a passenger, what are you gonna do? Well, one thing I've learned from watching cops and going through personal experiences myself with GRIZZY and my homeboy Philly, they both ran. They drove the car as close to their neighborhood as they could, and they jumped out the car. I didn't get out the car. Why am I gonna get out the car? For all the cop knows, I'm just getting a ride. You know what I mean? But in all actuality, you were in the passenger seat like, bro, go, go, go. You got this. You got this. But when it's all said and done, you ain't gonna leave that passenger seat, because you're gonna say to the cop, look, man, I just got a ride, man. I just got a ride. I didn't know he was gonna run or nothing. You know what I mean? What do you want me to do? Jump out the car at 50 miles an hour? You know? You are gonna be in a perfectly fine position if you don't run at all. I'm telling you, there ain't nothing they can charge you with just because you're a passenger. Maybe I'm wrong, but from what I've been through, my personal experiences, I never got charged for, let's say, GRIZZY running. You know what I mean? He ran, not me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, he ran. I mean, it's pretty much self-evident. They watched him run, you know? So you ain't really dropping dime or anything. You're just saying, hey, man, I was just getting a ride. You're just lying. I was getting a ride, man. I didn't know he was going to, you know, I didn't know any of this was going to take place. I don't even know the guy. All I know is his nickname. But yeah, man, do not jump out the passenger seat and run just because the other dude ran and decided to drive away from the cops. You know, that ain't your fault. You're just riding. You know, so enjoy the thrill of running from the cops without all the backlash as if you were the one driving. Now, number 4 is something similar that goes with number 3, okay? Never run from the cops in your car, okay? Let's say you get pulled over and you think you're going to get... Look, first of all, it's much harder to get away from the cops in a car than if you were to run on foot, unless you were super obese and you can't run at all. Then your better chances, of course, is running in the car. But for real, check it out. Let's say a cop rolls up behind you. I'm not telling you what to do or anything. I'm just stating the facts. These are facts. Let's say a cop pulls you over and you pull to the side and you decide to run on foot, okay? That's a misdemeanor. You ran on foot. That's a misdemeanor. Guess what? If you were to have pressed that gas pedal and ran with your car, that's a felony. That's a felony eluding. That's a whole different ball game. And then they're going to hit you with every traffic violation that you might have committed. So think about it. You have a better chance on foot anyway. So a misdemeanor running or a felony eluding because you used your car, which you're probably more than likely never going to get away from a cop if you're running by a car, okay? This ain't gone in 60 seconds, my friend, all right? They got choppers. These cops, when they radio in, they're in a police chase. It's like cops come from everywhere. It's like, God, where were all these cops at? You know what I mean? There's no one around. Now there's 30 of them behind you, like instantly. So yeah, man, think about that before you run in your vehicle. You're going to get a felony tacked on to whatever other felonies you might be running from. Now, number 5, and this one is pretty sad, man. Every time I see this on cops, it's like, God, that's so damn petty. You know what I mean? It's usually people that are on the run or something or have warrants. This is how they get hemmed up. They think they're being safe by riding a bike. Okay, you don't have a license, I'll ride a bike. Well, guess what? At nighttime, if you don't have the proper reflectors on your bike or whatever, that cop is going to pull you or can pull you over, okay? Just simply because you don't have reflectors. You know how many times I've seen people get hemmed up because they had warrants or they had a little bit of weed in their pocket just because they were riding their bike at night without a reflector on, man? Always wear the proper safety gear when riding a bike, or else you might not be in a good position, my friends. Number 6, and a lot of people already know this, but they seem to not give a damn. okay? Do not smoke weed in your car. I don't care if it was the night before and it was parked in your driveway and you just happen to hotbox it, okay? If you get pulled over, the number one thing a cop's going to say is, I smell marijuana. That's all they need. That's probable cause. That's all they need to get up in that whip and find anything that you might have. Look, don't be stupid and blaze up in your freaking car. That, even if you don't think you can still smell it, trust me, that smell lingers, my friends. You know how many times I've seen on the show Cops, people getting hemmed up and their cars searched just because they wanted to smoke a little joint inside the car that morning, all right, or the night before. Get out of your freaking car. Don't be an idiot and make your car smell like bud, okay? That's, you know, cops can smell stuff like that, especially drinking. You think them cops don't smell alcohol? You think they don't smell weed? Man, I'll tell you, as soon as they get up that window, it's like, boom, they can smell it, for real. So be careful. Don't be smoking in your whip. Now, number 7, okay, if you ever watch the show Cops, whenever they pull someone over, the first thing they do is the interaction with the person that's driving, okay? You must remain calm. Try to be yourself 100% of the time because cops can see nervousness or whatever the case is very easily, all right? For real, that's the first thing they'll say when they leave the car and you're watching cops. He's like, yeah, dude's acting very erratic. He's acting very nervous and cautious. There's definitely something going on here. That's the first thing they say. Remain calm, man. I seen one guy, he was so scared on cops. When he handed the ID to him, he was shaking. I said, oh man, homeboy's definitely riding dirty. You know what I mean? Either that or he's high on meth or something, but he's shaking. Hey, his heart's pumping Kool-Aid. And for real, most cops, man, you got to realize they deal with this type of stuff every day. So people that are typically not worried about the cops, they give off a different persona and vibe. The ones that are worried about the cops, I'm telling you, they can see right through it. So try to remain calm when getting pulled over, whether you're riding dirty or not. Now, number 8, and this one is very important. I see this all the time on cops, and I'm like, man, you're a freaking moron, all right? Cops like to bluff. Their bluff game is strong, okay? Let's say they don't have all the information that they really need. They might have, you might have stole that object or you might have done something. They'll be fishing. They'll fish. They'll be like, look, man, this is your last chance or I'm taking you to jail. Just tell me what you did and we'll talk about it. Man, there ain't no talking about it. As soon as you tell them that, hey, okay, yeah, I did it, you're still going to jail. Man, shut your freaking mouth. If he's asking you questions like that, he's just fishing for you to convict yourself. For real. Shut the hell up, man. People are so stupid and gullible, and these cops, man, it's like, God, come on, man. Anyone with common sense can read right through your freaking bluff. I'm going to jail regardless, man. The only time they might not be bluffing, let's say, they'll say, okay, do you have anything in the car? Let me know now, do you have anything in the car? And if there is something in the car, we can work with it. Look, if you have a roach in your car, like some weed, a roach, go ahead and tell the officer, man. Be like, look, man, yeah, I got a roach in the car. I smoked a little weed like a couple days ago. I put it in the ashtray. And he might look out for you. He might say, okay, man, I appreciate your honesty. I'm just going to give you a warning. He might stomp it out in the curb or something like that. But let's say you got a half ounce of powder hidden in a great spot in the car where the cop probably would never think to search. And he says, look, man, I'm going to search your car. Just tell me now. He's trying to get out of working. He's trying to get out of trying to search through all that bull crap. So he'll be like, hey, just tell me if you have anything in the car, it's your last chance. Let me know what you got. And, we can work from there. And dude's like, all right, man. All right. I have a half ounce hidden underneath the floor panel in my secret compartment. Like, what the hell, bruh? You got a secret compartment under the floor panel? More likely the cop would never have found that unless they got the canines out there, man. Tighten up. Look, and there ain't no talking about it. The only thing he's going to be talking about is what you're being charged with, man. Make him work. Make him do his job. Get out there. Search the car, buddy. I don't care. You know what I mean? If I'm going down, I'm going to make sure you're working at the same time, So yeah, number 8. Cops like to bluff. I'll call your bluff now. Don't test me. Not no more. Because I'm a law-abiding citizen. YouTuber by trade. Now, number 9. And this is something, if you ever watch the show Cops, you will always see this happen, okay? They'll pull someone over for a DUI. Dude's drunk as hell. You can tell he's drunk. And then the cop says, okay, I want you to do this. And they literally will do the test. Okay, the cop will give him instructions on how to walk the line, turn around, and, walk in a straight distance, toe to heel. Okay, that's the typical DUI test. And if you watch, man, all right, if you watch the guy recording everything, for cops to show, he'll record a cop slowly walking heel to toe, but when it comes to him turning around to come back, they cutscene it. Boom. You know why they cutscene it? Probably because the cop can't even freaking do that test. That's a trick-up test, man. I swear, I've tried it completely sober. I can't even do it sometimes. They need to figure out some other kind of test, man, because that's just ridiculous. But yeah, I've learned that from the cop show, man. They always cutscene before the cop shows exactly how to do the whole test. Anytime you see a lot of cutscenes, something's going on, my friends. Something is going on. So number 9, it's that DUI test, walking that line and turning around, doing a somersault backflip, and then walking down the line again. It's hard, even for the police to do it. Now, number 10, and this is a fact, okay? This is a fact, and you can watch it every day on Cops, all right? Every freaking day. You will see something probably like this. Dogs. The dogs, okay? There's almost no way to escape these dogs. I've ran from the cops, okay? I've ran from the cops, and I've gotten away so many times. The only times I've ever gotten caught running from the cops was because they had a canine unit. It would take them sometimes 45 to 50 minutes to catch me, but sooner or later, that dog will sniff me out, for real. And this is another thing, man. If you are hiding somewhere, and you hear the cops say, come out with your hands up, we have the dogs, we're going to release if you don't come out with your hands up. You better scream. I don't care if you're all the way back in a freaking attic. You better scream to them, okay, I'm coming out. Because I swear to God, you do not want to get attacked by them freaking canines. I'll never forget watching Grizzy get attacked by a canine while I was hiding up in a tree. Oh man, Grizzy boy, I'll tell you what. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Top 10 things I've learned from watching the show Cops. For real. You can learn a thing or two from that joint. You know what I mean? Now, I want to open up this poster thing I got. I don't know who sent it to me. I mean, I know who sent it to me. I don't know what's in it. The dude that sent it to me, his name is, I don't know what that said, Grander or something? I don't know. Whoever wrote that did not write it good. Okay. Grander, hopefully I'm saying it right, but I'm almost positive I'm not. I thank you, man, even though I don't know what it is. It's a poster of some sort, and I love posters, man. Hope it ain't a poster I already have. Oh, man. Damn, it feels good to be a YouTuber. I must be saying a gangster. Oh, my God. Look at this, y'all. Is this the front or the back? Y'all know what that is? That is the Alien. That is the Alien poster from the newest Aliens movie. Man, I gotta be careful. This is amazing, man. I love it. I'm framing it today. Thank you very much, man. For real. God, it's awesome. People are so amazing. That's awesome. Whoever sent me that, man, salute to y'all. Truly amazing. I swear I've been wanting that poster, and it's going to go good in the collection in the man cave. I really do thank y'all, for real. And I thank everybody who's been watching my content and support me since the beginning, and everyone who is just now joining the compound. And also, I've added some stuff in the link of the description video, all the equipment that I use to do these vlogs. So if you ever want to start your own YouTube channel and need to know exactly how to get good quality picture and sound, I got all the equipment that I use for you to start your own vlogs or whatever the case is. So go check those links out and start your own YouTube channel, man. For real, you never know what could happen. Anyways, until the next time, y'all be safe out there, and I hope nobody lost too much money on that fight last night. I know someone did. I know someone right now is worrying for their life. after that fight. They probably put everything they had and some on McGregor. If you ever happen to lose a gamble like that, you might not be in a good position, my friends.